I think it's pretty safe for all of us in the Fortnite community to agree that Season 7 is the best season that we've seen in Fortnite Battle Royale so far. Now, what exactly is Epic gonna do to make Season 8 even better? Well, there are several changes that I think can be made to make the game more fun than it already is. For one, they are gonna need to do something with all the snow and ice across the map, so we can expect some kind of big change next season. The only problem is that there is an infinite number of possibilities of changes they can make to the game. So today's top 10 will be going over what we believe should be updated when Season 8 is released. Some of you may not agree, and some changes may never even happen, but we can still hope. Even though Epic Games has a pretty good record of listening to their fanbase and updating their game accordingly, at least as long as what we want isn't too ridiculous. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and press that bell notification button below to stay up to date with all of our awesome gaming content. And don't forget to leave a comment down below on what changes you would like to see. Number 10. In the 10th spot on the list, we hope that Epic will remove or just update old locations that have seen little to no changes. For example, do you remember the last time that Lonely Lodge or Pleasant Park actually received a huge update? And no, replacing the soccer field at Pleasant with a football field doesn't count. I'm talking about big changes. These areas haven't seen any real change in the past several updates, and I think it's about time something changes. Nothing is exactly wrong with Pleasant Park or Lonely Lodge, but they still deserve the same treatment as other named locations, including Dusty Divot or Tilted Towers. The only explanation I can really think of as to why they haven't updated these areas is because they are on the edges of the map. That's still no excuse though, because they've added so many little details to other locations. Hell, they even decided to completely change Whaling by adding all the rifts and tunnels underneath the bush maze. I don't think I'm asking for too much when I say that Epic should try to focus on the other areas of the map that have never changed much at all. Number 9. Next up, we have changes to the challenges that you unlock when you buy the Battle Pass. I've personally found that the Battle Pass challenges have just been getting harder and harder for players to actually complete all of them. Less and less people are actually making it to Tier 100 or even unlocking the road trip skin, because a lot of the challenges are just too specific or take much longer than challenges we've seen in previous seasons. While it might be nice for the people that play every single day and completed challenges in previous seasons the day they came out, it's not as much fun for players like me that really can't play every single day. Players like Ninja who play the game every single day love when the challenges are harder because it gives them something to do, especially considering he can be found streaming almost every day. Don't get me wrong, I love playing the game and the challenges give me an end goal, but I don't want to feel like I need to catch up and do super specific things if I don't play for a few days. All I'm asking is that in Season 8, they make it easier for you to unlock the road trip skin and to actually reach Tier 100 without buying any tiers. Number 8. Have you ever been in a life or death situation in Fortnite where you need meds immediately and you find a nearby chest, but you open it to get a legendary bush? This spot goes to removing the bush. Because, let's be honest, it's useless nowadays. It was fun to use when it first came out and when bush camping was a thing. Now there just aren't any noobs in lobbies, and if you're just sitting in a field with a bush equipped, you're going to be immediately spotted by some sweaty player. In Season 8, I believe they should finally remove this item in the game, so I don't have to worry about any chances of getting it instead of band-aids or a medkit in a chest. It's just annoying. Number 7. Number 7 is something that isn't exactly too important, but could be extremely successful for Epic Games. I'm talking about collaborations, of course, and they are something that I will never get tired of in Fortnite. In Season 8, I really hope that Epic will be able to score several new collaborations with new companies or even companies they've collabed with before, like Marvel. Trust me, I'll never forget the limited time game mode where you could play as Thanos. I would be screaming at the top of my lungs when I'm top 5 and Thanos saw me running across the street with my useless gray AR. It was exciting. It was just really fun. Number 6. With spring right around the corner, we should expect some blooming around the map in Season 8. I'm expecting Epic to do a lot with this one. Seriously, there better be flowers everywhere. With all the snow and fog on the map, everything is dark and depressing. So I'm really looking forward to seeing the colorful map when spring comes around. Hopefully by Season 8, the entire map won't just be white. And maybe they will add new food you can consume on the ground that will give you health or shield. I mean, think about it. It's going to be springtime and there will be different foods in season. I just hope that the game is going to be somewhat spring-themed throughout Season 8. All they really have to do is add small stuff and maybe just adding patches of flowers or flowers in the bushes around the map. It's the little things. Number 5. When Season 8 releases, they may not introduce a whole lot at first, but I expect that Epic will add at least 1 or 2 guns throughout the season. So far with Season 7, we have seen the introduction of the scoped revolver and the suppressed sniper rifle. The season is still going on, so we may see even more weapons added. But hopefully in Season 8, they will really get creative with the weapons they add. The boombox was pretty strange of Epic to add in the season, but it's actually surprisingly useful. Hopefully next season we could see something completely new to the game, and not just a reskin of a grenade launcher or rocket launcher. Number 4. In the number 4 spot, we have the addition of new vehicles into the game. We have seen what Epic can do in terms of vehicles, starting with the shopping carts. I remember when my friends and I would land at the unnamed racetrack and look at the shopping carts, wondering if we will ever be able to ride them. Now these shopping carts are completely useless since we have planes, ATKs, and even quad crashers. I think adding more vehicles will just allow for even more mobility across the map. What if the next vehicle they add has a turret on the back? Kinda like the Warthog from the Halo series. I know Call of Duty has already added something very similar to Blackout known as the ARAV. At this point, shopping carts should be completely removed in Season 8, and ATKs should become more common, especially in squad games. Maybe Epic can make it so the spawn rate of ATKs is increased when you play squad games and lower if you are just playing a solo game. Overall, vehicles would help with moving across the map, and it's always nice to see how creative Epic can be with them. It was pretty unexpected when they just released a rocket-powered four-wheeler. At least I, for one, didn't expect it. Number 3. You may have actually not heard of this, but you know all the giant glaciers known as polar peaks? Well, there just so happens to be some dragon eggs stuck in some ice in the basement of the castle. I've actually seen some videos where the eggs appear to have a heartbeat. Which is weird considering they've been frozen in ice, but I mean Captain America. No one really knows what these eggs are for. Maybe they're just a tease, or maybe they are just referring to some future update with dragons? That'd be dope. It could actually be some sort of build-up for what is going to go down when Season 8 releases. Maybe it's, fire and ice. Maybe it's Game of Thrones themed, I don't know. I know the idea may be kind of far-fetched, but I'm not the only one who thinks this way. I'm really excited to see what's gonna happen with the eggs and if they will start cracking open anytime soon. Maybe they will crack open as soon as Season 8 starts. Now that would really kick off the season. Number 2. Before we get to our final spot, we have to talk about where all your money will be going. In the second spot, we have all the skins that Epic will be releasing in Season 8. I'm hoping this time around they won't release skins as stupid looking as the Trog. This season had so many skins they could re-release, but Epic won't be this lucky when spring comes around. All the Christmas skins and Valentine's Day skins like Cuddle Team Leader or Crackshot have the option to be re-released, but there aren't as many iconic skins from the spring of last year. This means we can expect to see a ton of new skins from Epic, unless they just decide to cycle all the old random skins in the shop, which they could do. I mean, they could. It's a thing that could happen. Number 1. Finally, in the long-awaited number 1 spot, we have a major map change for the next season. Since the map is completely covered in snow as of right now, it's not just gonna disappear into thin air. So if all this snow actually ends up melting, it's gonna cause some serious flooding across the entire map. And this might create new rivers or even revive what we once called Loot Lake. Not saying that that would be a good thing or anything, but it's definitely plausible. I think having the map flood would be so insane to see, but how bad would the flooding actually be? Would the bottom left-hand corner of the map just become a huge lake and everything else will be the same? Or will there be massive rivers across the entire map? I guess we're all just gonna have to wait and find out. Well, that's a wrap to our video on the top 10 changes we need to see in Season 8 of Fortnite Battle Royale. What would you like for Epic to add or change in the future? What do you think will happen this season? As always, if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more gaming-related content. Thanks guys, and I'll see you on the next one.